everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel for another review of my most anticipated movie of the year. Having been introduced to Quentin Tarantino's extended filmography over the last 2 years, he's become one of my favourite directors, so I'm very excited to be reviewing his newest film. This is Kia's Reviews, and this is my review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Actors are phony.
Oh.
They just say lines that other people write and pretend to murder people on their stupid TV shows. Meanwhile, real people are being murdered every day in Vietnam.
Is it really a surprise that Quentin Tarantino has brought another winner into his 10-film filmography? Among classic films with the likes of Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained, and Kill Bill, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood easily works its way into this stellar line of brilliant films, having no shortage of chemistry, music, comedy, and violence as the others hold, and are known for. As much as the violence may be in short supply compared to his other films, Tarantino really seemed to focus on his core strength of constant, strong, and interesting dialogue all the way through this nearly 3-hour flick. His strength in casting also really made itself known as he worked with actors he'd worked with before, including Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained, Kurt Russell in Death Proof, Michael Madsen from Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill Vol 1, 2, and The Hateful Eight, and Brad Pitt from Inglourious Basterds, whilst also welcoming in newcomer to his films Margot Robbie.
You could do anything you want to him. Throw him off a building, right? Light him on fire, hit him with a Lincoln, right? Get creative, do whatever you want. He's just happy for the opportunity.
Rick,
Yeah.
I don't dig him. And I don't dig the vibe he brings on a set.
The biggest surprise of this film was not only the lack of violence, but the growth and quality of the comedy. I found this to be incredibly hilarious, and it was intentionally made for audiences to laugh, unlike other examples of dark humour within his filmography, most notably Pulp Fiction. The uncertainty to the whole plot and what it was going for really sparked the perfection of DiCaprio, Pitt, and Robbie's performances. It isn't particularly clear what is actually being done in the story throughout the first hour, even though their performances are clearly being the key driving force of the film. The first act of DiCaprio and Pitt's buddy plot was a great introduction for the characters and the setting of where the film takes place, also setting up what to expect from the rest of the film. Once the two mains split off into their own subplots, that's where the plot takes hold and stays strong.
Well, it's my pleasure, Mr. Schwartz, and thank you for taking an interest.
Schwarz, not Schwartz.
God damn it, the hell. I'm sorry about that. It's my pleasure, Mr. Schwartz.
Call me Marvin.
Marvin, call me Rick.
Rick? Oh, is that your son?
No, that's my stunt double, Cliff Booth, yeah.
Once DiCaprio's character of Rick Dalton splits off into a plot of struggle and depression, this is where the seriousness and comedy of the movie crosses over. The whole story surrounding him was such an impressive one, as Tarantino really grasped his chance to show how great DiCaprio could perform, even giving him the chance to grasp another Best Actor nomination at the Oscars, and maybe even a win. Brad Pitt became the one character in a Tarantino film that had a dark and intense story and persona to them. You could feel the intensity rise as Pitt's character became more severe, with the side plot of the Manson family being weaved in, also bringing in Margot Robbie's short amount of screen time, which was great nevertheless. Brad Pitt really ended up building his character into something memorable, which, as an outcome, became what Tarantino shines in: violence. And boy did Tarantino deliver.
I'm Sharon Tate.
You're in this?
Mm-hmm. I play Miss Carlson, the klutz.
That's me.
But that's the girl from Valley of the Dolls.
Well, that's me, the girl from Valley of the Dolls.
Really?
Really?
It feels like the song Hush by Deep Purple has been used a lot in the last decade, being part of 2006's Children of Men and last year's Bad Times at the Royale. It was really a joy to get some great tunes going along with this film, as it was one that would have taken a hit without it. Other Tarantino films, including Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, benefit from the fact that they had a noticeable soundtrack. To have some great catchy hits from the late 60s was a real treat for a film of this caliber to have, as well as the astounding sets and props weaved into this setting of 1969 Los Angeles.
Oh, shit, that's got it. All right, that's too hot. Anything we can do about that heat?
Rick, it's a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was exactly what you'd expect from Quentin Tarantino. Spot on light comedy, a soundtrack as flawless as Edgar Wright's Baby Driver, brilliant direction, magnificent casting choices leading into superb performances from the all-star cast, interesting developments and twists into a wonderful story, and over-the-top violence amidst a long sea of frequent coarse language. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is one of, if not the best of Tarantino's 10, so this easily deserves a well-earned 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Are you excited to see Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Let me know below. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to see even more, check out my channel and be sure to have a look at my previous reviews of Spider-Man Far From Home and Toy Story 4. As always, be sure to follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as checking out my newly made podcast, Kears Reviews, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This has been Kears Reviews, signing off for now.